Hi guys, it's still Wednesday. Yes, I am making another video because I thought it was important to just touch on, hold on, there's a hair on my screen, the NSVs of getting married after having weight loss surgery. I was fat, overweight, whatever, my entire life. So whenever I would picture myself getting married, of course I pictured myself with something over my arms, which have been a source of contention my entire life. I've always covered them. I have always worn leggings under skirts and dresses. I've always had a shrug or a something, a sweater, something. So I always pictured myself as a plus size bride. Always pictured myself wearing something, never taking it off. It was so freeing to just I didn't need my shawl after we were done with outside pictures and whatever. We came inside and I just took it off. I got to spend the rest of the evening running around with a strapless dress and not feeling self-conscious. I danced all night long. I didn't care if people were looking at me. And we had a alcohol-free wedding up there. It was just amazing. It was more than I could ever dream of, I don't know, my dreams were tainted by my weight, and it was, oh, I don't even know how to describe it. We had a photo booth. I took pictures with everybody and anybody that wanted to. I didn't feel self-conscious about it. I was able to have my slow dance with my husband, and I didn't care that everybody was staring at me, which I really thought I was going to. The worst problems, I had problems because I'd lost so much weight. My dress was laced up as tight as it could go, and I needed to be a little bit more. My laces were so long that they were dragging on the ground. My garters, even though I bought them way smaller than I thought I needed, they fell to the ground. I was okay, let's do the garter toss because they won't stay on my legs. These are the weirdest problems I ever thought that I would have at my wedding. It was just insane. Even though the fat girl in me planned all the food for this wedding, I had breads and spreads, yummy crusty loaves of baguettes and stuff like that, and salmon spreads and artichoke spreads and all kinds of stuff at the other side. And there was animal crackers and vanilla wafers and funfetti frosting for the kids to dip stuff in. Then they came back over for dinner and there was 3 different kinds of soups. There was 3 different kinds of meatballs. There was mashed potatoes and gravy and green beans and a snack bar for later with goodies and everything. It was crazy. It was fantastic to have the surgery and then have my wedding and not be weighted down with my weight. It was so good, and I'm so happy I had this done. Just to be able to buy lingerie cheap online because it would fit me. I didn't have to worry, oh, what size does this go up to? Oh, do I have to pay extra because I'm a 3XL? Oh, am I going to feel comfortable on my wedding night? None of those things mattered. I was oh, that one's super cheap on sale. I'm going to get that. To be able to, at the end of the night, go back to our hotel room, and we had a nice, huge 2-person jetted tub to be able to take a nice bath with my husband after such a night. That wouldn't have happened before unless it was full of bubbles and you couldn't see me. It was amazing to be able to sit on his lap during pictures and not feel like I was crushing him. And even some of the pictures, I had 2 of the groomsmen kneeling on one knee and I had to sit on both of their knees, and I was I'm not crushing these people. Those pictures wouldn't have happened before. I would have flat out refused. And for a moment in my head, it triggers the old me, and it's I can't sit on their lap. And I was I don't weigh what I used to weigh. It was just a fantastic feeling to have my day, to be able to not worry about those things. It was the best feeling in the entire world. And my whole life, I've struggled with self-esteem. I've struggled with feeling like I am loved, feeling like people really care about me. I would always feel I'm easy to forget about. Even after my wedding shower, when a bunch of people didn't come, I was oh, see, look, I am easy to forget about. That's not how I felt on that day. We had over 100 people show up to that wedding up there after it had snowed. It was crazy, and all of our friends and family worked for days, and like unloading and loading and setting up and doing flowers all night long, helping with cookies, helping with food. Like, I've never felt so loved in my whole life, and I don't even know how else to put it. And my bestie from Idaho, who didn't even recognize me when she saw me, she was like, you're, what did she say? She goes, I'm so happy to see you now. She goes, as much as I want you back in Idaho, she goes, with the surgery, with Dennis, with counseling, with all of the support you have here, and losing the weight and feeling, she goes, you know, you were always amazing. She goes, but you didn't see it. She goes, now you're beginning to realize what everybody else sees. And she goes, and that is beautiful to see. She goes, it is amazing to see you just the person that you've always been, but you didn't know it. And I was like, it's so sweet. Like, she's right. I have changed a lot. I have and I haven't. Everything that was deep inside that my closest people could see is coming out. And like, my personality is able to shine because I am not hiding it. And I don't feel so self-conscious all the time. And like, I hated myself. I absolutely hated myself for most of my life. And that's starting to go away. It hasn't just been the surgery. It has been diligent work with the counselor every single week for a couple years, along with looking in the mirror and starting to see who I felt like I was inside. That's pretty cool. And I don't have all this down, and I don't do everything perfect. If you watch my journey, I screw up constantly. There was so many food bad decisions that happened over the last week or so, but I never thought that I could have the day that I had. Thank you, weight loss surgery. Thank you, thank you, thank you a million times over for giving me my dream. And for my wonderful husband who worked his butt off to pay for this dream. He just wanted to give me everything I've always dreamt of. And it happened. And I'm super, super happy. So, there's way, way, way more NSVs. Way more. But those are ones that I can think of right now. But love you guys. Just wanted to share with you. Bye.